Okay, let's talk about the 1790 United States Federal Census. This is the first United States Census that they took. And this is a blank form basically to help you understand what you'll see in a 1790 census. Nobody that I've ever seen used this form directly. They kind of made up their own as they went along, but basically what you'll find in a 1790 census is the head of household name, okay, which is just the father's name. This column is the number of white males 16 years and older, which included the head of the household. This column here is the white males under 16. This is all the females. This column says all other free people. I don't know who you could be above 16 or below 16, white and male. I don't know, maybe a gorilla, I don't know. And then this is the slaves. Very few people use these two columns, but you may see them. But these are the ones that we're most interested in, is these first four columns, and which is the ones that you'll mostly see excuse me, when you get to a census. Now remember, the 1790 census is a head of household only census, which means it makes it extremely difficult to find someone who you're trying to find and know for sure that that's who they are. Okay? So it made it extremely difficult to get much information out of the 1790 census. Okay? But I was able to accomplish that. And so here we'll look at one. Okay, this is a 1790 census. And as you can see, that doesn't look like that blank form at all. Okay, so it looks like they kind of, pieced it together. I don't know how they came up with this thing, but somehow they did. Okay, so somewhere on here is a Nathaniel Tracy. Now, Nathaniel Tracy was one of my relatives, and here he is here. Okay? Nathaniel Tracy. Now, there's 3 people in his household that are 16 and above, male. There are 3 children under 16, male. And there's 5 females altogether. So the wife is 1, 4 daughters. Okay? So that's 4, that's 7, and 9. So that's about 9 children. Okay? Besides the husband and the wife. So, we go back to our research database. And we said there was 9 children. Looky there, 9 children. All right? So this is the husband. Now these are the kind of notes that we want to take. Okay? So there's 1 space, the number to identify this type of note, the dot, and 2 spaces. We found, whoa, get that off there. What in the world? Oh, gosh darn it. Okay, let's try that again. Found in the 1790 Massachusetts Federal Census for, let's look at the county, make sure we get the county right, Berkshire County, okay, or B-E-R-K, Berkshire County, found in name of the town is Partridge Field, Partridge Field. We try to get a page number to help everybody else if they ever decide they want to try to find this. And I always use, for these type of censuses, this one right here. Down at the bottom, page 1, because most of these don't have designated page numbers of their own. Okay, at least not one that you can read. That may be 4035, who knows. So I use this one because if you're going to go to Massachusetts, Berkshire Partridge Field, page 1 will contain Nathaniel Tracy. Okay, so we go with page 1. Now usually we have a family identifier number, but there isn't one. Okay, they're just jumbled up in here, so we can't put that in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, now males 16 and over. And then we put the number of that, which was 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we do females. And since there's no designation, we just put them all on that line. Okay? Then we go to the next line. Males. Whoops. Should be males. Under 16. Now, the reason I do it this way is to kind of line up there, just to make it neat. So that's kind of the way I do that. And there's no other males. Okay? That's all you're going to get from a 1790 census. Sometimes what I try to do is I try to put down the names of the children that equal this right here, just to make sure that I feel comfortable that I've got the right person. Okay. In this case, I'm not going to do that because I can't get them all on one line for this. Okay. So I'm going to leave this the way it is. Now in 1790, that's really all I can get. So what I do now is I highlight that and I copy it and then I save it. Okay. Now I want to make sure there's a note in every person that's in that census that I found them there. Okay. Now I can, in this case, since there's not very many lines, I can just put this whole thing in there. Okay. Usually what I do is I only put in this, because if I want to know more information about what was in there, I can go back to the husband, because that's where all the information is. Saves space. Okay, so that's what I normally do. Okay, if however I have gotten to where I put names and stuff in there, I may add those too, and we'll see that later. Okay. All right, so we had according to this, we had 2 other boys that were above 16 at the time of the census. Okay, so if we look over here, 2 boys above 16, because he would be 5. All right, so these are the 2 boys that are above 16. So that kind of works correctly. So let me put in the notes for all those. Now we had 5 girls, okay, that were well, there's really 4 girls. There's the mother and 4 girls. So look, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so that works. And then these are the other 2 boys that we had. Okay, so I'm just going to put my notes in all of this. Oh, he was already dead. Or she was already dead. That couldn't be one of them. So I'm missing a child. This is why I go through this, because this person here is already dead. So I'm missing a girl in here somewhere. And she would be missing too, but the census was taken before she died. So anyway, yeah, I'm missing a girl somewhere. And we'll get this last one in there. Like I said, even though she died in 1790, the census was taken before she died, and so she was included. Okay? So, 1790 census, that's about all there is to it. Like I said, you can't really get too much information out of that. It's more just to say that they were in Partridge Field, okay, at this particular time. The children all line up except for missing one girl. And the boys all match. So it just gives credence to the fact that what you've got is correct. Okay? So that's all there is for the 1790 census.